I lost $156 on my alpha eval today. You know how when you go on a losing streak or you take 2 losses in a row or 3 losses in a row, it just feels like your plan doesn't work. That bad thinking likes to creep in. Re-enter this trade. Let's destroy your whole account. Come on, Angelo. What's good, y'all? Today I am up $500 on my alpha capital evaluation. It's a good thing that I didn't let my emotions, the bad thoughts that were creeping in Wednesday, destroy my evaluation. I made back my losses that I took here, and I'm up February, which was horrible. But wait until you see the mistake that I made today. And it was based off of this buy that I took on NASDAQ. So in short, bruh, today I was bullish, and it's based off of NASDAQ just being in a consolidation on a higher time frame. So measuring out this range high to this range low, 50% above it, premium. Below it, discount. Simple. So as soon as we come to that discount below 50%, I'm bullish. Oh man. So here on the hourly chart, we leave relative equal highs at London, and then we drop down into the previous daily low. And as soon as I seen how we dropped down into that previous daily low, I'm looking for a discount key level that price can respect. And as you guys can see, it's the current, actually not the current, the previous new week opening gap, right? So we came down, we smacked that, and we rejected off of it. And when I seen that, I went to the 1 minute chart. We came down during 8:30 news, hovered right above that previous new week opening gap. And then when I seen price run down and smack it out right here, we created a CSD right here and had a displacement. Bro, this was like light bulb. This was like, mwah, you know what I'm saying? This is like clean as hell. But this is the mistake that I made. So for one, I'm entering before 9:30. I'm entering during the 8:45, 9:10, 8:50 to 9:10 macro. I'm entering around there. I see how price comes down, uses this FEG, bounces off of it again, and then as soon as I seen it start closing above this down close candle, I took a buy. So I took my buy here, stops below this low, and targets at these highs right here, which are relative equal highs. So soon as I entered, bruh, it was looking good. It displaced higher. Look at that displacement. Came right into that 8:30 fair value gap and respected it. Now, when it respected it, bruh, I was just like, I don't like that. It started retracing, came back down, ran into that fair value gap again. Okay, and then we started continuing higher just a bit, and then it started running through that fair value gap. And I'm taking this before 9:30. It's about 9:15, 9:18. I'm gonna be holding this trade when 9:30 opens, and it's gonna end up possibly stopping me out, bruh. It wasn't looking good at this point. I'm like, oh well, this is a negative $150 trade. I accepted the risk. I was just gonna allow it to smack me out and go on about my day. So we came down, and at 9:30 it literally came down, almost tagged out the low, and started displacing higher real quick with this candle, bro. And I'm like, okay, we straight. This is gonna go where I'm thinking it's gonna go. And then we started getting this rejection right here, and I'm like, okay, this is 9:30, right? I didn't like how it started running back down like this. I'm like, oh shit, okay, it's about to stop me out. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't looking good. And then we had this candle open right here, and then boom, you know what I'm saying? It was just like Uno reverse card, back and forth, reverse, right? We create this fair value gap. I'm like, okay, boom. Since this fair value gap got created, I'm moving my stop right below this low. Because if it has to come back down and fill in this fair value gap and come back down below here, it's cooked. We had this run right here, and I ended up moving my stop below this low. And I ended up moving it back below this low, just to give it some breathing room to come into this fair value gap and go back higher. So that's why I wanted to leave it room to breathe. I moved it fast. I'm moving it based off of not wanting to hurt myself, not wanting to feel pain, right, and taking that loss here. I ended up moving it back here. This is where I'm really invalid. And guess what? Not only did I make one mistake, I made two, because we had 9:45 PMI news. And this is why I need to start checking my calendar 3 times a day. And usually when you have 2-stage news events like 8:30 PPI high impact and then 9:45, it's gonna be two manipulations, bruh. So I was the manipulation. It tagged me out, right? And we hit the new week opening gap once again. Look at this. And when I seen that happen, and I seen this displacement right here, bro, right at 9:45, getting towards that macro, I'm like, bro, since I only lost $50 right here, how much was it? Okay, so I only lost $57 on my first entry. I'm risking $150 on this trade. I could risk like $80, $90 on this trade. Ended up getting in as price retraced into this inversion fair value gap. And then as soon as I entered, it started running up higher. I'm like, okay, this is the move, good. I didn't move my stop yet. I kept it below this low right here. And we started getting a run higher again. Price retraced into a fair value gap, started running up again. And at this point, I decided to move my stop loss right up here to break even. And I was paying attention to this high. We ran up, created relative equal highs. As soon as I seen it run back down into this FEG right here in this old high, I decided to scale in like $75 risk, keep my stops below this low on the scale in. This is where things can go a little south with me, and it comes from me expecting an outcome and wanting that outcome to happen. And that outcome today was to see both of my trades play out. I was gonna partial out at these relative equal highs right here and then allow the scale-in entry to go to London's highs. I basically can be up $400 for the day. And that was the plan. And this is where my emotions can allow my bad habits to creep in. So during the time I was managing my scale in, okay, we started getting a run higher. We hit that FEG on a higher time frame daily. We start running back down and we're just chopping back and forth. And then we finally get the run that I'm thinking, okay, this is the run here that's gonna run up to these relative equal highs up here. And watch what happens, bruh. We start running back down. And at the time, when this run had happened higher, I ended up moving both of my stops from this low to this low right here. The reason why I moved my stop below that fair value gap is because I could walk away for the day. Not up for the day, but around close to break even. Even though I took a small $50 loss, I'll still be up $240 on my 10K account in February, which was dookie cheeks. But this is where, like I said, me expecting the outcome to happen can enforce me to make a bad decision. And what I did was, instead of me leaving my stop at this low, I ended up moving it back at the original position. Now, the risk is still managed and it's not that much of a loss, but it's the fact that I moved my stop because as this retracement happened, I didn't want to see it run me out and then run to this high. And for other people, you might be saying like, okay, that's not that bad. But with my track record of like being emotional about the outcome not going in my favor, I can go on tilt. But the thing is, today I didn't move it just based off of me wanting that outcome. It was really based off of the macro, and the 1050 to 1110 macro came in, and I'm like, okay, instead of me moving my stop all the way back down to this low right here, I'm gonna just keep it a little bit below this fair value gap. So it started coming back down, boom, almost hits me out, and it starts running up again, right? Runs up again, gets close to the weekly open, and then chops. It just back and forth, bruh. And this can stress out the mental capital. And since I wanted to see price get up here to this high, I'm like, come on, bruh. Like, just get up there already. You know what I mean? So I ended up moving my stop below this low as soon as I start seeing this high get taken out. And this is where a retracement started to happen. And I wanted to move my stop loss back here. So that way, if price was to run back to this fair value gap, I won't get stopped out before it gets to that high. It got to a point to where I was like, I stopped looking at the chart and I'm like, yo, Angela, what are you doing? The reason why you want to move your stop is because you don't want to miss out on this move, which is FOMO. And by me moving my stop, I'm making a decision based off of that emotion instead of what's logical, what's my plan, right? Yes, I could say, okay, it's logical to move my stop here, let the trade breathe and let this come back down. But at this point, bruh, it's chopping around, it's dookie cheeks, it's about to come into like 12 o'clock. There's no point in taking an extra loss here. And even if I was to move my stop here, right, to other people, that's okay because they can handle that. But I can't handle making the decision to move my stop here and it comes back and hits me out. I'm not gonna like that because I'm moving it because I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to take a loss. Instead of me moving it because I want to protect capital, I'm moving it because I want to protect myself from a hurt feeling because I took a loss. So I had to be like, bro, I'm not moving my stop, bro. If it comes and hits me out, it is what it is. I'll still be up for the month. I'll still be good for the week because I'm break even. I survived February. This is good, bro. I'm not gonna let the last day of the week of the month of Dookie Cheeks February burn everything because I can't accept what price did or is gonna do. So I snapped out of it. I'm like, okay, I accept it. I told myself certain things. If this hits me out at break even, I follow my plan. I follow my rules. The trade was very, very good. I managed it well. If it hits me out, it's probabilities. It is what it is, right? Snap myself out of that emotional thinking. My thoughts were way better. I had good thoughts, right? We started still chopping around and then one more run lower, getting very close to my stop loss. No, I did not move it. I did not want to move it. Okay, I allowed it to do what it was gonna do. First position's in profit. Second position is basically at break even. If it come in, it smack it out, boom. All right, it didn't. It hit out that low, and then we started running up during that 1150 to 1210 macro, and then boom. As soon as it hit that weekly open price, it didn't get to my target up here. I'm telling you, I pulled everything out, bruh. Everything out. I took all my profit out here, and I took a very, very small $20 partial right here just to give me some breathing room with risk. But I took it all out right here. Okay, so you can see all my executions here. All right, transparency. And look how as soon as I TP, I took everything out, bruh. I didn't aim for that one target. It came all the way back down. And it would have knocked me out if I didn't take my profit right there. All right, because it's already 12:10. It's late. There's no reason for me to hold this anymore, bro. Let me just take the up. I'm up $500 on my account. I took a good trade. Let me walk away with that, bro, and take that into March where it might be a little better. Like I could just picture old me right now that has those bad habits, which I still do. It's not really old me. It's still me, but I'm trying to control those bad habits. The one who wasn't in control of their bad habits at all would have held this trade, and as soon as it would have came and knocked me out, I would have got back in right in here based off of me wanting this outcome to happen where it goes up higher. Say it would have came back and hit me out right here at a loss. Maybe I probably over risked a little bit because I wanted that outcome, and now it hit me out to where I'm down $150 for the day, and we all know where that can lead to. Where I would have went on tilt, okay, from making poor decisions before even going on tilt, and possibly throughout this price action could have blown the account. You know what I mean? Like, I'm on a new path of doing the right things and not letting these bad habits creep in where I catch myself, because I can I know I can tell when I'm doing something that I shouldn't be doing. And since I know why I do those things and what it can lead to, and now I know what I can say to myself to stop myself, yo, low key, that's one of the biggest things I've learned throughout trading, bruh. Throughout all my trading, bruh. This is why I do these things. I never really thought about why I because we all have our reasons, right? But what was my main reason? And why? And since I know why, what can I do to stop doing it? And I never reached out for help with that until I started talking to ChatGPT, bruh. ChatGPT. It told me exactly why I do certain things. Like, it's my trading mental coach. And it tells me what to say to myself to rewire my brain. And that's why I didn't make not really much bad decisions today based off of my emotions. I didn't go off of them even when they creep in, because they still come, y'all. Like, you're never gonna get rid of your emotions. You can't be emotionless. But how do I stop going off the edge? And you have to stop it before it builds up, right? So how do I stop it from building up? By following things that keep me in check. By understanding that I'm feeling this way, because we all know when we're feeling a certain way, to not go off of that impulse yet and ask myself or tell myself I'm feeling this way because of this. This is what I need to say to myself. Let me say it before I make a decision, before I do anything. Let me say it. I executed well. I followed my plan. And if I make this decision right here, it's based off of emotions and not my plan, and it could lead for me to go on tilt. And I want to be safe. I want to protect my capital, and the only way to protect my capital is to be safe, not push it and go to survival mode, scarcity mode. I didn't need more, so that's why I TP right there, and it was at a good time to just TP right there, and not have my eyes force my will on price to get up there. Like, I can control it. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, February, man, is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. For the trading community, for trading in general, bro, February is crazy. And man, if y'all blew accounts February, and if y'all struggled February, bro, I understand. I understand. I get it, bro. Just try to reset y'all mind. Try to take a good mental break, refresh, and come back March, bruh, and follow y'all rules. Because imagine if I would have blew up Wednesday because I took 2 losing days in a row. Imagine if I would have allowed my emotions, my bad thinking, the bad thoughts to affect my trading decisions, bruh. Then I wouldn't even be up February. You know what I mean? It would have been all gone. And by me seeing this, bro, it just helps me a lot more to understand that all I need to do is just stick to the process and stick to the plan. I didn't trade that much during February, but this week, bro, I was trade every day. I said I was gonna cut my trade frequency to 3 good setups a week. I took 5, and to be honest with you, these 2 trades right here were actually pretty. They weren't pretty. I was about to say pretty bad. They weren't as high probable than it was this day. This day was more high probable than any other day to me, right? And I'm not just looking at because of how much I made. It was literally high probable for me, right? Out of all the days. And then today was pretty clear. You know what I mean? I would have missed out on these 2 good days because I wouldn't have been trading because my account would have been blown. You know what I mean? And I probably would have made bad decisions on another account because I blew these accounts this week. But all I'm trying to say is, like, even though I made mistakes today, I didn't let those mistakes affect my entire day and affect my decision making. Just like I didn't let this red day affect my decision making. Even though I was feeling like my strategy don't work, that those bad thoughts, right? Because you're taking losses. Even though I know that my strategy works because I tested it, I still have those, I still get those thoughts, which is just bad thinking. It's just bad thoughts. And I'm just happy that I could walk into March knowing that I followed my rules, protected capital, didn't push too hard during February. And if I could get through February, I could get through any other month, bruh. So if you guys enjoyed the video, smash the like button. And if you're new to the channel, sub to the motherfucking channel. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all, peace. I'm out.